Well, welcome everybody. I'm Crista Copp, and I am really excited that you have come to join us at the Bastrop Public Library tonight. This is going to be a really great evening. We are excited to have Michael Berman from California State University Channel Islands to talk to us about drones. It really is an important topic as we're seeing this happen more and more often, and we need you to actually interact with Dr. Berman. He's going to really give you an idea of what's going on with drones and how they might impact us. Dr. Berman.
Thank you, Krista. It's a pleasure to be here. Well, thanks for coming out on a chilly Texas night to hear about drones, or as they're more properly known, unpiloted aerial vehicles. It's an important topic, and we think they're going to have just tremendous positive impact on all sorts of aspects of life in the next few years. A lot of what information I've collected for you comes from the main industry association for drones, which is the Association for Unmanned Vehicle Systems International. And in fact, my institution, Cal State Channel Islands, has already started working with this organization because the impact, both technologically, socially, and economically, of UAVs is so great that it's really an important part of what we're interested in on campus. So when people think of drones, they usually think of something, until a few years ago, they would have thought of something like this. Anybody know what this is? This is what that's called? Predator. That's the Predator drone. And this has been an incredibly effective fighting machine for Western forces in Afghanistan and Iraq. It's killed a lot of terrorists. And
Dr. Berman?
Do you have a question, Krista?
Well, I'm just curious, Dr. Berman. I mean, you talk about it's killed a lot of terrorists, but what about it killing children and civilians in all those places?
Well, that's really unfortunate, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're really here to talk about the positive impact that drones are going to have on society. So let me just move on from that, because that's not really the image we have of drones anymore. Today it's more of a kind of a friendlier image.
Is that friendlier?
Well, I mean, many of you have probably gave your children drones for Christmas this year. And people now, it's funny because you used to think of them as these frightful killing machines, but now they're really become almost children's toys, and they're all over the place. But they're not just toys, and they're not just weapons. There's a lot more to UAVs than this. And according to the experts in the field, the number one and number two impacts of UAVs over the next few years, the first one's going to be in precision agriculture. And this is a tremendous opportunity. I mean, you remember the old crop duster flying over the field, just putting chemicals everywhere. Well, with precision agriculture, no. With precision agriculture, we can take our smart drones, we can fly them over the fields, we can find exactly where there's disease or an poor undernourished plant, and then we can deposit.
Well, Dr. Berman, it sounds like you are working for Monsanto a little bit, and I mean, doesn't this take us away from organic, natural ways of farming? I mean, aren't we more industrializing the farming?
But this will grow more crops and more efficiently. I mean, we have to feed the world, right? So it's nice to talk about natural food for people who can afford it, but I mean, the world has got to find an effective way, effective agriculture, and these UAVs are going to be a really positive tool to grow more food more safely. Huh? Well, this is going to create way more jobs than it's going to lose. I mean, there's creative destruction in any technology.
Can we return to the concept of the smart drone? Isn't that a contradiction in terms?
Well, actually, there are, there's the UAV means two things. It can mean unmanned or unpiloted area vehicles, or unmanned or unpiloted autonomous vehicles. So if you kind of combine the Google car, the autonomous car, with a drone, you get sort of a Google drone. But let me talk about some of the other applications.
Not just all aerial, there's also terrestrial drones and marine drones, so why just focus on aerial?
Well, you can give your own talk and you can discuss whatever you want. I mean, I'm talking about it. All right? And the other top application is public safety. We all want our streets and our communities to be safe. This is a picture of the proud sheriffs at the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department upon receipt of their unmanned aerial vehicle, which they can use in a hostage situation or any number of dangerous situations. It makes it less dangerous for the police. They can come in, they can rescue people, and surely every community is going to want to have equipment like this.
So Dr. Berman, do you really think that the police, the Ferguson police and the LA police would use these in the proper manners? Like what sort of controls would we have to actually handle that they're not abusing them?
No technology is all good or bad, right? It's how you use it. So we have to apply it in an intelligent and responsible way. And
how do we do that?
Well, that's for you to figure out. I'm just telling you what these things can do, you know. But
what about the perception? Big Brother is watching them all the time.
What about our privacy?
Well, I mean, if this is really about terrorists, right, and criminals. If you're not breaking the law.
So, but won't the criminals also have their own drones? Won't they have access to these?
We better get bigger and better ones first, right? I mean, do you want them to get all the drones and we want to just have unilateral disarmament so we don't have drones? We need powerful drones in the hands of the right people who know how to use them to keep us safe.
And how do we know how to use them? What are the operator specifications?
Well, that's a great opportunity for our universities. We can provide training for students. And we could, here, you get ready with your bingo, we could have a MOOC to teach you how to operate these. It's clearly the kind of innovation and economic prosperity that we need. And that brings me to the economic impact, because according to the AUVSI, the economic impact of unmanned or unpiloted aerial vehicles in the United States over the next 5 years is probably about $82 billion.
That's what it's going to cost us?
No, no.
And lawsuits, damages?
No, no. This is the industry. This is just the industry alone, the drone industry, what is going to be made and the impact that it's going to have on communities around the country, even here in Texas.
When we say impact, you mean things falling?
No, we want the good drones, not the bad drones.
Most of that settling lawsuits for wrongful.
Right.
Well, it doesn't even include the employment of lawyers, but that's like an extra bonus above and beyond that. I know a lot of unemployed lawyers, so this could be actually a really good thing.
These are industry sources of money, of studies, so what other backup do you have?
Well, if you don't,
$82 billion is real, it doesn't involve significant.
If you don't get the information from the experts, who are you going to get it from? I mean, who else has the information? Are we going to crowdsource this? Are you going to check Wikipedia?
Fallacies for you.
Well, look, just let me finish, and then you can ask whatever questions you want.
Now you can have a whole hacking culture to hack the drones, to hack all the security.
That's fun.
Well, we're going to, I mean, that's why we need the good drones to fight the bad drones. So, I mean, in this 10,000 jobs, by the way, Texas would be the third largest in job creation. Probably about close to 10,000 jobs, according to AUVSI, would be created by this industry. And that's a good thing.
So, but those moves to, those are more skilled jobs and take away some of the trades positions.
Well, they're jobs for our graduates. I'm in higher education, so I think it's a good thing. So these are just some of the applications that some of you probably haven't even thought of. Weather monitoring, environmental monitoring. I mean, we're actually looking at using these to, at our campus, to go out and monitor environmental conditions on an off-sea island. So, I mean, who can be against that?
All right, thank you, Dr. Berman.
Wait, did you put that there? Would you turn that off, please? I didn't put that slide on there.
All right, so obviously we wanted to just kind of give you a wide range of things to start thinking about. So there is a lot of great things that drones can do, but there are a lot of questions about how we would actually use them, and what are those security implications. And obviously the implication of having lots of things flying around is really sort of scary, especially in urban areas. So now you're going to get a chance to start thinking about that at your table, and hopefully this just sort of got your brain going in thinking about what are some of those positive things, because clearly there are a lot of places that drones could bring us a great amount of data. But again, what do we do with that data? How do we handle that, and who has access to that data? I love the hacking angle, being able to, if we've got cameras, who's going to be able to access what's on those as well? So California, where Michael and I are both from, just passed some laws specifically to protect celebrities from drones, so that they couldn't you can't take pictures of things you didn't normally have access to, right? So you can't fly a drone up to somebody's window and take a picture and use that. So that's really the sort of the first law that just went into effect January 1st. That's actually on the books about some of drones and privacy, but it doesn't go near far enough. My son did get a drone for Christmas, and we were flying it down our neighborhood street. And is that acceptable? I don't know. And yeah.
How do I qualify as an artist so that the drones don't track?
Absolutely.
What is the California law? Say you're an actor, so the drones cannot follow you, you're not an actor.
So it says specifically, what?
It protects anybody.
It protects anybody, not just celebrities. It came from celebrity cases, though. That's what pushed the law forward, where there were a couple cases where there were some Hollywood people that had pictures taken of them. So yeah, it actually protects anybody from that. Yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's actually a great question, right? If it's in your private space, do you have the right to shoot it down, right? So anyway, hopefully that sets up some questions for you, just some thought-provoking way to start thinking about drones. That's it.